Alright guys, so in one of my previous videos where I talked about creating style frames, I talked about that style frames isn't necessarily like one thing or like there's a right way to use a style frame. And one of the ways I described is about creating this just for like a pitch or as a concept. So more as like a single frame or maybe just a couple of frames, a couple of images. So in my personal project, I had this idea that I knew I wanted to use this lighter from the Uncharted games. So I created the lighter, but I didn't exactly know the style or the feeling or the mood that I was trying to convey or what I was trying to do. So instead of trying to figure it out in Cinema 4D and just playing around in Cinema, you can quickly waste a lot of time, and some of the things that I wanted to do was like with smoke. So should I then start to use volumetrics? And that would be a whole thing in itself. So instead, I just rendered out a picture of my main object, which is in this case the lighter, and then I proceeded on into After Effects. And in After Effects, you can way quicker, or this could be Photoshop. For me, I'm just a bit more comfortable with After Effects, and I can reuse the composition later on if I'm actually going to use this. So I'm just, a bit more comfortable in After Effects. So I started just working with different smoke elements from stock footage and just trying to shade something and use like a small, in the bottom, I tried to create like a small dirt pattern and whatever. This approach it's really a quick way to get like a certain look or feel, like without wasting time on too much or too many unnecessary things. Creating style frames with this approach, it can really give you a good starting point, so the project or the scene can evolve from this. So now I sort of created this style frame for myself, so I knew that okay, maybe this mood would work or maybe this wouldn't work, so maybe I should need some coal up in the left corner and whatever it might be. Okay, but inside of After Effects, I started using some stock footage with, some particles, different particles I could find. Like all sort of stock footage with smoke and particles that can give some sort of mood or some sort of feeling. And I would play around with the tint, because I knew because it's a lighter, so you would probably get I would need some smoke or some fire. And I didn't plug any fire into the lighter yet, but I wanted the feeling around it as like it was burning maybe. But yeah, really just playing around with it, trying to get a certain feeling, trying to build up a mood, because starting with just the lighter and then slowly building on elements. But it doesn't take a lot of time to do this. I have no idea how much time I spent, probably like an hour on just like the After Effects part, which is like not a lot of time. And if I were to create this in just Cinema, I think it would have taken a lot longer. So, just the idea of utilizing your tools to your advantage and just getting like a result that you can build on, or that if this was like a client project that you can show the client and they have a chance to comment on, that's not the way we want to go on, but maybe this part works and whatever. So that's the idea behind this, and I hope this short video will provide some value and give some idea of one of the ways you can create style frames, and also you can see a small part of my personal project. So thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.